What's up? Grace and peace.
Grace and peace, everyone. Shanti, we cannot hear you.
Okay,
No.
you need it.
Now?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
good now. Yeah, yeah,
Okay, you're back.
Grace and peace, everyone. They said drop a in the chat.
Yeah.
Period.
So okay,
Nice
y'all
and
are excited and ready as y'all should be.
as you should. If y'all can hear us, put a one in the chat, you guys. Where y'all tuning in from?
I already see somebody say they're tuning in from Helden, New Jersey. I don't know where that is, but that's definitely a little distance.
See somebody say Vegas.
Okay.
I was out there in Vegas a little bit ago.
Vegas is lit right now, y'all. And she in the house getting to the word. I know that's right. Yes. It really did. I also watched it. It was really good, Elijah. Did y'all get a chance to watch it yet? Columbus, Ohio. I'm from Springfield, Ohio. Can y'all hear us? Houston, okay.
Houston. Okay, we
It's
got
Key
some more
West,
Houston
Florida. I
in here.
love Key West.
I've never been.
It's a view. You're lucky. You love God for real. I'll be right at the beach. Okay, Houston again. Syracuse. Okay, I know some people in Syracuse, New York.
We're gonna get started in a few more minutes, you guys. Keep dropping where y'all tuning in from and drop some in the chat. Yeah. They say yes, the podcast was everything. It really was.
It was. It definitely was.
I didn't watch it. I need to catch up. Let me make sure I tune in tonight.
Yes. Worth the purchase. It's awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, you all, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna introduce myself first. My name is Ashante Chantel, and then my lovely co-hosts are gonna introduce themselves.
Hey
I'm in my
y'all.
team, Dre. There you
Okay,
go.
I'm Kayla, y'all.
And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Clock it. Go ahead, Dre.
Nah.
You can just do it for the one time. We're gonna let it slide. It's okay.
Nah. Anyway, so let's go ahead and jump right into it.
I love it. So today we're gonna be talking about anointing your routine, you guys. Was everyone, before we get started, did everybody come prepared and ready? Did everyone see the Bible study? Okay.
Mhm.
Drop a one if y'all seen the Bible study. If y'all TTG, y'all trained to go, y'all ready to talk.
TTG, I like that. I'm still in that. I like
Trained
that.
to go, yeah.
TTG.
They said, go ahead. They calling for you, Jay. Come on.
Just the one time. Just
Just
I'm
one time. Yeah. Don't.
gonna do this.
okay, poetry. Okay, we listen.
So today we're talking about adjusting your routine, you guys. So I guess first things first, how did the Bible study affect you all?
So okay, I can start us off. I like we just said the last time we did this. One thing I noticed about Bishop, like every time that he preaches something, it's just like right on time. I had literally just been for the past week like praying for God to really help me with my routine, like make sure it's getting stronger because I know that there's a certain place I want to be, but for God to give that to you, you have to have a good routine. I think something I really struggled with was just laziness or procrastination, and I come home and I just want to take a long nap, but it's just really been heavy on my heart to girl do better. You know, you're not a kid no more. Like you got to get it together. So you really did touch me, and it just confirmed my prayer, and then I'm asking for the right thing.
Mhm.
I definitely felt that, even though I definitely will still take a nap. Is that the wrong little nappy nap?
Right.
But
Okay.
the biggest thing that struck out to me was structure. I don't know about y'all, but as an entrepreneur and a creator for myself, I will start a lot of things and I have a habit of starting them and not finishing it. And it's not because it wasn't a good idea and it's not because I really lacked the vision. It was because I lacked the discipline and the structure to take myself to the finish line. So of course, like I feel every time he talks, I felt like God was telling him my business. Yeah. Telling telling all my business and basically saying be structured and having a system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. Like y'all said, the entire episode, the entire Bible study was just talking about structure and rhythm. And I was even taking notes. He said how structure is needed to maintain your breakthroughs or your deliverance. And I think the season that not just I'm in, all of us in at Reformation Culture Church, we can't afford not to have a routine, not to have a structure, not to have a rhythm. Because if we don't, we're gonna lose whatever breakthrough, whatever territory, or whatever ground we do gain, whatever deliverance or breakthrough, we're just gonna end up losing, and we're gonna start all the way over again. And for me, I'm at the point in my life where I'm tired of gaining something, gaining ground or advancing, and I lose it because I didn't put in enough discipline or have enough the mental discipline or even just in my body, just in general. You get off work, you're tired, like Kayla said, and you're not putting in the extra work to maintain what God has already given you. It was a lot in this that was just tearing,
Yeah, it was
tearing
heavy.
me up.
This was
Yeah,
it's
it
a
was.
thousand things I could talk about with this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Literally. And we're gonna talk about them all tonight. Thank you, God.
Right.
But I want to ask y'all a question though. In the very beginning of the episode, if y'all don't mind, Bishop asked the question. He said, "In what ways will you begin to challenge yourself when connections begin to feel unsafe, like at church?"
I do remember him asking that, and that was
Yeah.
honestly, okay, from my perspective, I think that was really hard for me to answer just because I'm just now getting into adulthood and being in the church, so I haven't necessarily seen a lot. But I think right now, something that I could challenge myself on is just like making my own connections for myself. It's kind of a smaller church right now, but I do see some people my age there, and I think right now in the season I'm in, I could put forth a better effort in making those connections and talking to them and encouraging them. Because sometimes what really helps younger people go to church is just knowing, okay, I got somebody when I go there. It's hard going to church by yourself. So I think that's an area that I'm really challenging myself in right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. For me personally, I think the biggest thing is just learning how to discern better and not operating out of hurt and being like, oh, they may be sketchy, just because my spirit told me. Sometimes you be wrong because you're not discerning properly the people around you. So a way that I could counteract that is to learn how to properly discern the people around me.
Absolutely.
What about you?
Me, being patient and waiting, because I know for me in a previous time in my life when I was in a different church, um there was like when you're prophetic or you're a prophet or you're called, not commissioned but called, or whatever the case may be, you get in you're in a pastoral church and they don't have language or ground or any type of training for that. They can kind of, you feel oppressed, and you can feel oppression from leaders. So for me, that is just something I had to be aware of, that I experienced. So it's like, if I quote unquote, I have to be aware of where I was, because where I was is not where I am. I think he said in the video, he said in the teaching, he said your mind has to catch up to where you currently are, because sometimes you could be in a different place, but your mind and your emotions and your soul is still there. So I have to be patient with myself, that I'm not where I was, and if I feel that way, just wait, just pray, just sit in it, and don't move ahead of yourself. Don't be trying to yeah, just sit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so
I definitely agree. And then I know for me, structure may look different, but for you all, what does structure look like, or what will it look like now after this Bible study?
I think for me right now in the season that I'm in, it's really just being focused on the things that God is doing for me. I'm still in school. I'm getting my master's in the next couple of weeks. So for right now, structure for me is okay. You get off work, you don't have time to take a nap. Like girl, like get up, go home, do your work, clean up. It's just making sure that I'm really being proactive, because something that I've always prayed for God to do for me is, make me like the highest in my class. Like give me favor with my professors, give me favor with,
Yes.
whoever. But the Bible also says that faith without works is dead. So it's like, okay, you're
Mhm.
praying for favor, but you're not putting any effort in it. So
Mhm.
right now it's just making sure that as soon as I get off work, I'm actually doing something with myself. I'm even on the weekends, studying. I want to go to law school. So, study for the test is not just immediately coming home and thinking that it's time to relax. That's just not the season that I'm in right now. And so structure for me is even learning to be okay with that.
Mhm.
Yes. And
Yeah, structure for me. I'm sorry, what you say?
I was saying, and you.
I mean, yeah. So for me, it's just and awareness, and no, it wasn't to be aware of where I presently am. Be aware of what my weaknesses are. Be aware of what my strengths are. Um, Putting up a guard up against certain habits. Because I mean, once I get out of work and I lay down, I'm tempted to just waste an hour after, and I don't have that much time when I get over. I have stuff I have to do, but being intentional about my schedule, like what Bishop says, there are some seasons where you have to schedule every hour. That he even had to do that at some point. So it's like, okay, I need to schedule this and I need to not just schedule it, and I just write it on my whiteboard and I just write it on paper, actually do it. And sometimes even set timers. Like I'm trying to force myself at 4 o'clock, if I don't have anything to do at the church, I need to be in the gym. Like I need to be walking in the gym. I need to be meal prepping. I need to be at a certain time my TV need to be off. I need to be in prayer and meditating because that's gonna make me spiritually stronger as well. He also says something about living, and I'm be very transparent, or just you go get the real Dre.
Okay.
Um, you can your mind can still be in survival mode or defensive mode, like you're always in a not a fight, but I can't really put it into words. Your mind is in like I said survival mode, but you're not. So for me, it's like God has brought me out of a season where I was surviving, and everything is calm, everything relaxed, everything is peaceful. But now my brain is still searching for what is coming next. What's the next fight around the corner? When now for me, I just need to relax, like sit down. Sometimes I need to just meditate. I put on ocean sounds. And I'll put on, I mean, be honest, I put a candle on, cut my lights off, listen to the water and just relax and don't even think about nothing. For me, that just meditation. And I got that from Bishop. But I think rest is absolutely necessary. If you're going to sustain anything or have any type of structure, you need mental rest. I have to be, rested. So that's something that's structure for me.
I definitely agree. If I don't get sleep, I actually am a different person. Period. I need rest, but also, like the chat said, to reset your mind is a really big one. Something that really stuck out to me in the video is he said, if you want to have a garden, or if you want to have God plant a garden, you have to pluck the weeds out. So basically, you have to do the work. Like you can't just say, "I want it," and then do nothing. But
Right.
when it comes to doing the work, it comes with being structured, like you say, putting timers in. My sister, she's in college right now to be an engineer, and she has got me together on this little pink iPad, y'all. My life is on here now, but I have the Google Calendar, the Google Keep, an Apple Pencil in here, and like this is how I will start to keep myself structured. I know he said, and you also recapped on it, but you kind of fall in love with chaos. So you're not used to like the still, and you are kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. So I think
Right, right.
that instead of waiting for it to be calm, like he said, you can't wait for it to be calm. You just have to jump in head first and get to work. So that's pretty much what we have to do, or what I have to do, what I know, because I will be like, oh, it's not ready. I'm waiting for the perfect moment, and the perfect moment will never come because I don't want to just jump out and do what needs to be done.
Hmm.
I agree. I think I'm kind of the same way, like with the jumping head first. It's something I've had to force myself to do because I'll just be like, oh, I'll start my routine on Monday. Like, it's okay. Or if I mess up, if I'm inconsistent, it's like, okay, I'm gonna just chill the rest of the week. I'll start again next week. And I think too many people get in the habit of just as soon as they mess up, as soon as something goes wrong. Even Bishop spoke on this. He was just like, people would just be like, okay, I'll put it to the side, and then the next day come and it's the same thing over and over again. Because there's the desire to change, but it's still the same mentality. So right now, I'm really focusing on, okay, you don't have to wait till next week to do it. You could just do it now. Okay, I overslept. I took my nap was too long. I can still get up and do something. I don't have to just be like, okay, oh well, I'm gonna just go back to sleep. I'm just cut my TV on. No, you could keep going. You could put more effort, and I think that's something that everybody really has to work on. Is just not being so quick to say, I'll just put you to the side. No, you can keep going because you're just gonna keep pushing it, keep pushing it, keep pushing it. So that's something I really put in much more effort in.
Absolutely.
Yes, I definitely agree. And I am a pusher. I used to be. I'm not gonna claim that over my life right now, but I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna get to it. But I started doing with what's called like Pomodoros. So I'll set a timer and do work for 30 minutes. Whatever I don't finish in that project for that 30 minutes, I'll take a 15-minute break and I'll go to the next project. But that's how I can finish everything because I'm so, creative. I'm gonna think of something right then and there, and I want to do it right then and there. But I still have things to finish. So
Yeah.
I love it. I love this talk. I needed that.
And then
And Bishop in the chat said, tomorrow never comes. It's always today. When tomorrow gets here, it ceases to be tomorrow. It's today. So start today. Start today. No.
You gotta push through. Let's see. He always talk about that grace. God gives you
Yeah.
the grace
Yes.
to get it done.
And I want to ask y'all something because I like that Bishop pointed it out. He was talking about like what really pushes people to start doing better in the routine or what influenced them, in their own routine. So I'll even say like for myself, I'm young, so I haven't had a lot of life experience. What influenced me is probably most people like, girl, it's not that serious. But for me, it was like heartbreak. It was romantic and in my family. I went through something at the exact same time, like my senior year of college. So it completely destroyed like the routine I had. It's talking about losing like two people that I had gotten used to having for years and, going to them for certain things, having a certain level of dependency on them, and to lose them at the exact same time, it kind of just destroyed like my self-esteem and what I was used to, the routine that I had created for myself. And so I had to really like pray that out of me because I think part of the routine was creating a dependency on them. And God really began to deal with me. And so in my routine, I learned, to depend on God. So from a spiritual side, my new routine is making sure that I get up early enough to pray and read my Bible. And I walk my room when I pray. I read my Bible. I read 2 chapters every morning because I used to just set up enough time to, get up, hurry up, throw some clothes on. But now it's like, okay, you have to read your Bible. You have to read your word so that when I'm going through hard times, my new routine is I depend on God. I can quote the Bible and build my new strength up. So what was like y'all's influence in changing your routine?
That is good, Kayla. I like that.
Shanti, you gonna answer first, or
Can y'all hear me?
are you gonna answer first, or?
It don't matter. I can. So for me, I'm going to put in place new non-negotiables for myself. Just kind of like you said, having daily disciplines, like more that include God. So basically, replace scrolling with reading. And I don't know if y'all have the Bible app, but there's like the plans. So replace scrolling with like doing plans, or create like a replenish list for relationships, rest, spiritual fueling, but like actually put it in a calendar. And then also training my nervous system by doing all of these things and what you said, Kayla, to feel safe doing the routines so that I don't feel that it's boring. I'm going to figure out one way or another how to gamerize it so that it really is like I'm excited to do it. But things that is going to keep me on track to make sure that I stay on my goals.
In relation to what Kayla was saying about being dependent on other people, and I think what I had to learn this the hard way, guarding my heart, because I think the Bible says guard your heart because out of it flows the issues of life. and I would just freely. I'm not gonna say I'm a very generous person, and I'm very. I guess I'm not gonna say I'm friendly. I'm just kind of open, and I had a lot of people just take advantage. I had a lot of people who tell me that were close to me, don't just throw your heart out. Don't just be so open or generous as anybody. You have to guard your heart from just relationships, family, friends. There are some people that don't really have your best interest in mind for you. They look at you as a resource, as a source. What can I get out of this situation? Whether and for me, that out of that can happen a whole lot of heartbreak. And with heartbreak comes a whole lot of just heaviness. You have this coat or the spirit of heaviness over you. You have this dark cloud. Then you form this rejection mindset as if, what did I do wrong? Or this person just thinks about this way about me, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. So for me, I'm in a season now, okay. I need to guard my heart because I'm in a season, especially at church, growing. I'm getting into school of ministry. I don't have the time or I can't afford to just be in any kind of relationship, let anybody in my space, let anybody just have access. And I don't mean that in a prideful way. What I'm saying is I just can't let anybody in my personal space. You know what I'm saying? Just to guard my heart. But that is a really big thing for me, especially just dealing with oppression and just yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of the main things for me right now. So
I agree. I could not agree with you more. You said so many things that like I really agree with. Like really, especially like the just this heaviness that like comes over you is the first time that I had really just experienced something like that. And there were just seasons and there were times, I'm not at home. I'm at school. I'm in a whole other state. I don't have my mom. I have my friends, but it's like I don't really want y'all right now. Like I need my mom. You don't have that. So there were times where I'm just like praying to God. I'm like, I have to get out of this, and you're just really there were moments where I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, it's dark in here. Like I'm really allowing this spirit to just consume me. I'm opening up my blinds. I'm cleaning up. I'm getting myself out. But it's like you said, like now you're in a place where you're really working to guard your heart. And the season I'm in now, like I just promised God, I'm just gonna wait a year. Like I'm just gonna work on myself. I'm gonna guard my heart. I'm gonna I'm gonna read my word. I'm gonna really do right. And I even studied, like I believe it was Esther, y'all. Excuse me if I'm wrong, where she got herself ready for a full year. When I read that, I just felt like that was confirmation. And even that is a new part of your routine is sitting down, like just not doing too much, and just making sure that I'm really focused on God and who I am as a person right now.
Yes, I agree.
That's my mom said I had her talking 30 hours across 3 straight states. That is true. She did drop the CD, y'all.
I definitely agree with sitting in the stillness of God. So, and then in the chat, what are some of the points that y'all clocked for those that came prepared in TTG and seen the Bible study? But yeah, I definitely agree with sitting still, which I'm still learning how to do that because I'm on the move. Yeah. But I learned that if sitting still, you hear your answers a lot quicker than running around the town, making my way down fast.
Look, I was reading, and I hope this is what I got from this. I was reading Matthew chapter 12, and it was when Jesus was speaking about when an evil spirit get cast out of a person, it will return, trying to find a space into the person again, and then eventually when he gets in, he'll try to make it his home and bring back 7 more spirits. So Jesus said that the last condition of that man becomes worse than the first, and so will be with this wicked generation. For me, I don't want to have to continue to go from deliverance, rather just get my deliverance. Now, there are multi dimensions of deliverance, but I'm talking about, I don't want to be a part of that generation that Jesus is speaking about, where I get my deliverance. Now I'm back out there. And then these spirits, now I'm worse than I was. I got 7 more spirits. Now I'm chasing deliverance again, rather than just getting my deliverance and following after Jesus. I don't want to continue, because I know a lot of people, they're always about deliverance. Like, what's the next one? Let's go to the next city. Who is this pastor? I don't want to be that guy. For me, it's kind of like, that's just too much of my mental. Let me just follow Jesus after I get my deliverance. Like Mary did. She got 7 demons cast out of her. I think it was 7. After that, she followed Jesus wherever he went. Right. I think that was her. But anyway, yeah, that's me. So I don't want to keep chasing deliverance after deliverance.
Yes, which means we gotta get that get the structure.
That's the structure.
You gotta maintain your deliverance by maintaining structure.
And I
Exactly.
think where people really mess up, like I know as Christians, you always hear, pray for God to deliver you, pray for God to, heal you. And they do all this, but there's work in the spirit and there's work in the natural as well. So I think the reason that so many people find themselves going through deliverance over and over and over again is because you're just praying. And I'm not saying God's not a miracle worker, He is. But if all you're doing is praying and there's no work in the natural, you're not challenging yourself, you're not going to therapy or reading books and stuff. It doesn't do anything. And Bishop has really spoke about this. He made me order a book. He sent me a book the same day. He asked me something. I was in that office crying. He said, I want you to order this book. So it takes more than just praying. You have to do the work as well. And I think that also becomes a part of your routine. I read my book. I don't even like to read, but I want to be delivered. So I'm reading that book.
And a part of that routine is letting Jesus prune you. Pruning hurts.
Hurts.
It's like
real
it's
bad.
like a certain. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was saying it hurts real bad. I was just your background music right there.
Yeah,
Keep
absolutely. Pruning hurt. It doesn't feel good when you're on an operating table. You got to have emergency surgery, and they cutting into you and they're cutting stuff out of you or sewing up. It doesn't feel good when you're going through that. Even afterwards, you got to go through recovery. You don't just jump off the table and get right back into stuff. No, you have to walk this thing out and allow yourself to heal. And I mean, I think sometimes people don't. They get off of the pruning tables too early. Just let God do His work. And that's a part of after you get your deliverance, don't go back to what you used to be doing. Follow Jesus. And that's the routine and the structure. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, cutting off some of them relationships, blocking, delete numbers, get off my Instagram, get off my YouTube. I don't need to see you.
Change the number.
I changed my number.
Change the number.
I changed mine.
I done changed it like 3 times. No, I'm like, for real though.
That's like whatever you got to do. This is a safe space.
Absolutely.
So y'all, so chat. Anybody in the chat? We're gonna wind it down. Block, delete, change. See, I like what he's talking about. Yeah, block, delete, and change. Change the number. Cause listen,
keep it blocked when you change the number too. That don't mean you go unblocking.
They ain't got the number.
Any fake page that come up on my Instagram, block automatically.
Now hold on. Well, okay.
Yeah, to me, because them are fake pages. People are peeping into monitoring spirits, trying to see. No,
you're right. You're right.
Block. I don't know who this person is. You got 0 followers. Say new. No, block.
They watch it. I'm gonna tell you off camera. They want another book, Kayla, that you were supposed to read, but I'm gonna tell you off camera. They're not watching from their phone. They're watching from the website.
It was called Bishop. If you remember the name, I know it was called like Attachment, and that's all I remember. I'm not even gonna lie and act like I remember the full name, but it's really good. Listen, Ashley said she changed her number from a Georgia area code to
Alrighty, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Miss Kayla and me are going to do the announcements. So, or everybody, let's get in there.
Well, let me get one.
So for me, you guys, Reformation Culture is expanding to 3 campuses. So we have Reformation Culture, Houston, Everywhere E-Church, and now Chicago. I heard they got the best pizza, y'all. Chat, let me know what y'all talking about. But let's pray for our apostle as they begin the Chicago team, and they're actually there right now. And the meeting in Chicago this Saturday. Chi-Town.
Yeah, speaking of Houston, our official launch is August 21st through the 24th. I'm excited. And about the ministry fair on the 21st, well, we will get to see some of the new in-house ministries, the prophetic encounter. On the 22nd is our prayer and impartation encounter. And then on the 23rd is our prophetic encounter. And then on the 24th is our first ever Sunday morning service at 10 a.m. Remember, we filling up the rows, we pack in the pew, roll your row. And then also on the 23rd at 10 a.m., we are having a resource fair at the church to connect our community with different resources like mental health support, blood pressure screenings, and more.
Our church is being intentional about creating discipleship opportunities. Culture circles are meeting every first Wednesday, and we will have our first gathering on Wednesday, August 6th.
I love that. You sounded really professional. I just wanted to clock that for you real quick. It took me off guard. I love that.
I'm gonna be honest. I have my stuff. I've asked some stuff like,
Hey, it
yeah,
was
yeah.
all a little rough. It's okay. We're in a learning season.
So
On the
don't
job
forget,
training.
you guys, we will be back for Clock It. Don't forget to show up BTTG and watch. Open the phone up and watch the training. Okay, so y'all can be prepared for next week. Later, y'all.